Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is part 5 of my series, Everything That I've Made Since I've Quit Instagram, and it is category long sleeve blouses. So let's get to it. First things first, if you have watched some of my other videos in this series, you will notice that the room has been completely turned around. It's because I have learned how to flip my camera. So it's actually how real life actually looks now. So that's just a little bit of housekeeping information, if you will. My name is Alyssa Urban Bean. I am a home sewist. I love couture techniques. I love patterns that are interesting, and I love beautiful dead stock fabrics. And I have decided to share some of these things with the world. I technically haven't even shared YouTube. I haven't told anyone that I started this channel. I mostly just want to put it out there and see if YouTube will find the people that want to see my stuff. So if you're here, thank you for being here. I hope you found the right spot. So far in this series, we have talked about dresses, short sleeve tops, my knitted wear, and bottoms. And now we're going to be doing long sleeve blouses. And I'm gonna start with the one that I'm wearing. If you have seen, if you watched the short sleeve tops, you will actually have seen this fabric before. And this fabric is dead stock Amelia Wickstead fabric that I got from the new craft house. I'm pretty sure I bought enough fabric that would have enabled me to make a dress, because when you see beautiful fabric, you automatically want a dress. Maybe not you, but that's definitely me. But what happened with this fabric is I decided that it needed to be a blouse. I wear jeans a lot, and so these are jeans. This is not a skirt or anything. I wear jeans a lot, and it's nice to have some fun blouses to put on that elevate my outfit. So I used some of the fabric for a short sleeve top, which was in my other video, and then I used some of it for this pattern. You'll notice that there are tucks. Some very precise tucks right there. Some very sparkly buttons and very loose billowy sleeves. This is a vintage butterick pattern. It is from 1985, number 3346. I chose to do blouse view D with the collar of view B. Let's see the line drawings. I don't remember much about making this except for wanting to be sure that I was pressing in every stage. I really wanted these pleats to be precise. I didn't want to be thick in some places and thin in some places. So I really did a lot of marking and pressing and just lying flat when I wasn't working on it to make sure it could keep that pleat. It's a silky fabric. It's very shiny in this lighting because I'm filming at night. I'm a mom of 3 and I could only find time to do this at night. So it is really shiny because I have just all the lights on. In the daylight, it's more muted. I love this fabric. I love the pattern. It was a 10 out of 10 for me. I definitely wear this a lot. It's very comfortable and cool to the touch. It's a very comfortable wear. I have a little bit of a dirt smudge on this, so just ignore it. Everything that I have sewed has been woven except for this shirt. And it doesn't look like much on the hanger. And I think it's because it just doesn't. It's not that fancy. I really made it to go with my plaid stirrup pants that I showcased in my bottoms video and all things pants and sets. But I actually get a lot of wear out of this. There are shoulder pads. Can't you tell? There's a mock neck turtleneck, which I love, a mock neck turtleneck, and it's really comfortable. Obviously, it's a knit, so it's so comfortable and so wearable. I just got this Ponte, yes, that's what it's called, right? Knit. And it's just been such an easy wear. I love tucking it into jeans, and I feel like a mom from the 90s. It's very comfortable and very easy. Let me show you the pattern for this. And you'll see the line drawing is just so good. I'll show you the envelope. This look, I love it. I love this woman. So here it is. I basically saw this and wanted to be her. And like I said, I feel like a mom from the 90s. This pattern is from 1992. It is a Simplicity pattern number 7959. Very comfortable, very easy, an easy make, and I wear it all the time. It's a little bit different from everything else that I make because it's a knit. It's really easy to wear. It's not really fancy. And I don't wear fancy clothes every day, so it makes sense to have this in my wardrobe. Okay, I know that we usually save the best for last, or I don't know, some people do, but I want to share my most worn, probably my absolute favorite long sleeve blouse. I'll show you the pattern first. Okay, so it's a Simplicity pattern number 7121. Look at her. This pattern was made in 1985. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, yes, you need someone to button you into this in the back, because the back is where all the buttons are. And it's funny because I've seen some patterns that have been republished through Simplicity and McCalls, some Laura Ashley ones. I actually bought them because, hello, and you need someone to button you in the back. And so there have been times when I've been alone with my girls and trying to put this shirt on, and I've had to have my young children button it in, which is very good for their fingers. This blouse has various tucked front variations. So you have these with the crossover, with the cute collar, a cute little puff sleeve, and long sleeves. And then here's some other really fun options. One, if the tuck's just on one side with bigger sleeves, the tuck's again on both sides with short sleeves. Now that I'm reviewing this pattern, I actually want to make this again. And the really special thing about this pattern is that I inherited it from my best friend's mom. And when you have a best friend's mom, that mom is basically your mom. As time has gone on in life, I call her and I talk to her maybe even more than I talk to my own mom, just FYI. But it was really special when she gave me some of her patterns, and very special to have her notes on them. She wrote, lengthen sleeves 2 inches, adjust neckband as pinned. So I remember the neckband was pinned in the pattern. And she has always been smaller than me. I was nervous to make this because it is a size smaller than what I usually take in patterns. But somehow I must have adjusted it a little bit here and there. The sleeves are a tad short, but I love this pattern so much. But what was the perfect marriage was this pattern plus the fabric. I will show you the fabric now. I snagged this beautiful moire fabric. Please don't make fun of my pronunciation. It's a French term, and I'm not adept at speaking French, which has this beautiful wavy textile to it. It is so comfortable. So here are the buttons in the back. Here's the front. I actually have left the brooch on it from the last time that I wore it. I must have worn it to somewhere for the holidays and left the brooch on. I tried to be really precise with my tucks. Again, just like with this pink one, I really needed the tucks to be very precise. It's so comfortable. I wear it all the time. This also was dead stock fabric, and I was able to get some yards of this same fabric, but in a red color. So now, can you please tell me, what should I do with the red fabric that has this beautiful moire technique happening? But this is my favorite thing. I love wearing it. I love wearing this. I love the pattern. I love that it came from my best friend's mom. I'm so happy with this. I think I lengthened the body a little bit. I tuck it into my jeans. I tuck it into skirt, my long skirt that I wear. It's a go-to. I'm a big believer in a uniform, finding what you like and wearing it all the time. And I would say this is part of my uniform. I honestly really love shirt making. I feel like I learned so many great techniques with shirt making. I love all the details with shirt making. I love the cuffs, the buttonholes, the different techniques, the different kinds of collars. I really feel like I learn a lot. I also think that they fit me well, because some of my other blouses, I have to do the hollow chest adjustment, but with this, everything just kind of comes together at the neck. And so if it fits up there, it usually fits everywhere else. So I have 2 more shirts to show you. Let's start with this pattern. Okay, so this is a style pattern, which I'm not very familiar with, but I'm not married to any brand of patterns. I really just go for what's interesting. So this is pattern style, and it is pattern number 1093. Okay, so in this pattern envelope, you have a double-breasted blouse. You have shoulder pads, and you have cuffed sleeves. So 2 of these, 1, 2, have a collar, and then this one has a necktie. Honestly, I love this so much. I would love to find some polka dot fabric like this. I love it. I would make that. So what did I do? I did this. I literally copied it exactly. Sometimes when I wear it, I think I look like a waitress. So I'm very aware of where I'm going to wear this to. I'm not going to wear it to a place where I think the waiters and waitresses are dressed like this. And the good news is that usually when I go out to eat with my family, we're going to a fast casual place, so that's not an issue. This pattern was licensed and printed in 1986. 40 years old, just like someone else. Like I said, I basically copied that pattern exactly. Here it is. This black linen, it needs an iron, but this black linen is honestly exquisite. I'm blanking on the brand. Gosh, I think it's a men's company. Dang it. If I remember, I will put it in the description box, but I forget, but it is amazing black linen. It's one of those things where I wish I had the whole roll. I wish I had the whole roll of a lot of fabrics, to be honest. The shoulder pads aren't massive. They're just enough to give a little bit of structure. I love the yoke in the front with the gathering and the yoke in the back with this gathering. And I love the double-breasted. Again, it needs an iron, but it looks good, I promise. This, it takes a while to button a double-breasted top, just FYI. Sometimes I'm like, wow, this is a lot more work. It's double the amount of buttons it was to sew, and it is to get in and out of it. But this is like a really easy top to wear with jeans. Again, it's so fun. I'm such a fall and winter dresser. All of these blouses are very similar in that they are shirting patterns, but they all are so unique and different. And that's one thing I love about shirt making. Oh my goodness, we are on the last top, the last blouse. This is one thing I just recently made, and so people that read my Substack newsletter don't even know about it. Okay, I have made this McCalls pattern before, and I used a heavy wool for this for my previous one. The reason why I used a heavy wool for this top previously was because there was a red carpet moment where an actress wore a shirt and it just looked so pristine. And in the article, it said the secret was that it was a heavy wool fabric, and so it wasn't going to crease all night long. And I thought, yeah, I get it. Like, that's really smart. So I decided I'd make one as well. The only thing about with that is that the sleeves on this pattern are so big and it felt just too structured, that fabric. And so again, the marriage of fabric and pattern is so important to get right in the planning stages. And I've learned time and time again, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. With that one, I really still like that shirt, but I like it under a blazer. So, but I would look at this pattern from time to time and I would still want to do this tuxedo bib. Every time I looked at it, I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. Okay. So this is McCalls pattern 2070. It's copyrighted in 1985 and it has a lot of different variations. Just like the fabric, the moire fabric. It's a French word, jabot. So there is a jabot option. There is a jabot option with pressed pleats. View B. I want to show you this. How cool. Can we just for a second think about being this lady wearing that? And then here's one with a jabot. And then instead of being outward, they're more inward with this little bow tie. I love it. D, which is the one I did, is the self-lined bib. But do you see how big these sleeves are? They really are very wide. They go very low. So like this blouse goes kind of low, but this one goes really low. I know that this is not for everyone, but I will say that when I made it the first time, it just didn't scratch my itch of making it with this contrast fabric. So I was able to order some shirting fabric. I wanted the shirting to be white and pink to give that femininity. And I wanted to have this tuxedo bib. And I love wearing it. I think it's so fun. The sleeve is really big. So sometimes when I first put it on, I'm thinking, this is a lot of sleeve. This is very 80s, right? I know that I'm not the only one that thinks like that. Once I put my arms down, like sometimes I'm like, this is a really big sleeve. And it's like, well, then just don't do that. Just put your arms down and go about your daily chores. And then you forget that you're wearing something with big sleeves and you end up loving it. And that's what happened to me the first time I wore it. I wore it all day, and by the end of the night, I loved it. I got this white shirting fabric to make a good crisp. It was really hard to make it as crisp as I even got it, and it's still not as crisp as I want it to be. So I understand why they would do that wool fabric, is because it's going to keep it pressed better than the shirting cotton will. But this is my most recent make. It was important for me to make it because I recently moved and I just wanted to get my sewing machine going, and I wanted to prove to myself that I could sew something in the middle of a move, in the middle of a cross-country move, while trying to figure out schools, trying to figure out life. And so so I'm really glad I was able to do that, and now I can move on and move upward to other things that I want to make. Those are all of my long sleeve blouses that I've made since I quit Instagram 2.5 years ago. Thank you so much for watching. Which one of those tops is your favorite? I would love to know which ones you would want to wear, which ones are maybe making you have a second glance at some of these old vintage patterns. I would love to know if you are seeing some of these old patterns in a new light. I have one more video in this series, and it is children's wear. I know a lot of people actually have no interest in seeing children's wear at all. My little girls love to dress up, so it is all along the lines of princessy. So if that's something that's interesting to you, please be sure to subscribe so you can get the next video in this series. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I love reading all the comments, and I can't wait to show you what I have in store. Bye guys.